Kevin Feige recently did an extensive interview with Variety, but one particular quote stood out to me, and that is what I believe is prompting this Marvel MCU reset, which I will be talking about. Here's what he says. He said that Captain America Brave New World didn't work as it was the first, Captain America movie without Chris Evans. That is not the reason it didn't work. That is by no means the reason it did not work. This movie was a failure because it had awful dialogue. It had a terrible plot line. For some reason, the Red Hulk was inserted. Why? Probably just to add Harrison Ford into the movie, thinking that you'd get people into seats. So fine, we have the Red Hulk, but why? Terrible CGI, terrible dialogue, terrible storyline, and the only redeeming factor of this movie was him. Anthony Mackie put his heart and soul into not only this project, but Falcon and the Winter Soldier. He is making an effort to establish himself as Captain America, and you have the audacity to go onto Variety and by extension Deadline and all the other news outlets, which will now quote you, and say that the reason it was a failure was because it was the first Captain America movie without Chris Evans, which of course is not true. There were plenty of movies with Chris Evans in it that did not do well, but for some reason you're not saying the opposite is true, that those movies didn't do well because Chris Evans was in it. Now, before everyone comes into my comment section is like, this movie was bad. This movie was bad. I'm not saying this movie was good, but the reason it was bad is not because of Anthony Mackie portraying Captain America, which is what's being implied in that article. Fix it.